んにちは、NihongoDekitaのSayakaです。Hi everyone, this is Sayaka from NihongoDekita. Today in this video, you're going to learn 10 facts about Japanese you should know before you start learning. Now, you might be already in the process of learning. However, you might find some information still useful. So, stay with me. Now, without any further ado, let's get this started. Okay, let's get right into it. Fact number 1. We can't talk about Japanese without talking about the types of characters, right? Well, in Japanese, we have 3 different types of letters, and they are hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Let's take a look at this example sentence. Now, you don't need to be able to read this, but can you spot 3 types of characters here? Okay, first one, hiragana, is this, and there are 46 basic letters that represent Japanese phonetic sound, and it is used for function words, conjugation endings, and Japanese origin words. Now, second one, katakana, is this, and katakana also has 46 basic letters and represents Japanese phonetic sound, but the usage is different from hiragana because it's used for foreign loan words. For example, chocolate, chocolate, camera, camera, keyboard, keyboard. And the last one, kanji, is this, as you can see, the most complex one. And kanji represents both meaning and sound. So each kanji has meaning, and there are thousands and thousands of kanjis, but don't worry about it for now. If you're just starting, I would recommend starting from learning hiragana and katakana. Fact 2. In Japanese, depending on who you are talking to, we change our speech style. For example, we have informal and formal. And there are more, but don't worry about it for now. Informal speech is used for friends, family members, and someone younger than you. And formal speech is used for someone older, stranger, and someone who's in higher position in socially. It might sound difficult, but don't worry, we're gonna cover this all together, and it's not as difficult as you think. We can do this. Fact 3. In Japanese, the sentence structure is a little different. In English, the word order is subject, verb, and object. But in Japanese, it is subject, object, and verb. For example, I eat chocolate is 私はチョコレートを食べます。I watch NihongoDekita, which you should, is 私は日本語できたを見ます。Ta-da! And this is just the beginning of Japanese language, and there are more beautiful stuff to know. So, hang on. Fact 4. Japanese question sentences are really easy to make. You don't need to change up the word order. You just need to add ka at the end of the sentence. For example, Jun goes to a party in Japanese is ジュンはパーティーに行きます。Now, does Jun go to a party? Then, ジュンはパーティーに行きますか? Just か. And in formal speech, you just raise the tone at the end. Let's just watch a clip, shall we? 食べる? Okay, did you hear the tone went up at the end? 食べる? 食べる? 食べる means to eat. Now, did you notice something else from the clip? Yes, this is fact number 5. I said 食べる? 食べる means to eat. But I meant, do you want to eat this? And where's you and this, right? In Japanese, you can omit nouns in subject and object positions if it's obvious in the context already. For example, in the clip, I was talking to her, so I didn't have to say do you, because it's obvious that I was directing the question to her. And it was also obvious by holding the orange, I was talking about this. So I didn't have to say this or orange. Ta-da! Fact 6. In Japanese, you don't need to distinguish singular or plural, simply because we don't have them. Yay! For example, an apple and apples are the same, ringo. A hamburger and hamburgers are the same, hamburger. A notebook and notebooks are the same, noto. Okay, fact 7. In Japanese, you don't need to memorize if it's feminine or masculine word like European languages such as Spanish, Italian, French, German, and so on. I'm currently learning Spanish, but it's driving me crazy and it's so difficult, but you don't need to do that in Japanese because, again, we don't simply have them. Yay! One less thing to do. Fact 8. This is gonna be a good news for you because we don't have noun-verb agreement or noun-adjective agreement. What I mean by noun-verb agreement is that, for example, in English, I do, she does, we do, it does. Depending on the subject, the verb conjugation changes, but it doesn't happen in Japanese. In Japanese, no matter what subject you use, the conjugation doesn't change. Yay! Okay, last 2 facts are going to be the best news that you're gonna hear in this year. This is such an over-exaggeration, I'm so sorry, but anyways. Okay, fact 9. In English, there's a lot of verb tenses. For example, I will go, I'm going to go, I went, and so on. But in Japanese, we have only 2 verb tenses. Yes! And they are past tense and non-past tense. And what I mean by non-past tense is, if you were to say, I go, in Japanese is, 私は行きます. And it also means, I will go. And how do you distinguish if you're talking about the future or present? It depends on the context, or you could simply add the time words. For example, tomorrow, 明日, and then you can make 私は明日行きます. So that you know that you are talking about the future, tomorrow. By the way, the past tense is 私は行きました. Okay, you're doing great, and this is the last fact, and this is going to make your life much easier, I promise. So, shall we start? Fact 10. In English, there are a lot of irregular verbs. And as I was learning English as a second language, I struggled with this a lot. For example, to make a past tense, you just simply add ed, but it's not always the case. You have like sleep, slept, and then like see, saw, seen. And then when I saw this read, 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 spelled the same but pronounced differently, I was like, oh my god, no! But this is not me ranting about English. I like languages. But anyways, in Japanese, we only have 2 irregular verbs. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. And they are to come, kuru, and to do, suru. Okay, you've made it to the end! Congratulations and thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope it was useful for your learning journey, and I believe you can do it. We can all do it, and let's learn Japanese language together. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. またね！見てくれてありがとう！